Okay, Chris has been waiting for this.
I've been waiting so long.
But I'm really hoping that everything is cooked long enough. You know, is that good enough for you, babe?
Yes,
or?
that's plenty.
There you go.
All right. Whoops.
Oh, no.
Hey,
I think Felix just got
Felix
the
is
soup.
going to enjoy that one.
No, we don't need that.
Okay.
Hey, Deb. Thanks for coming back.
I'm back.
She had so much fun with me that she had to come back and cook with me in my little kitchen.
I love this.
Because basically it is little. I mean, look at how, like,
This is
things.
great. It's perfect.
And you know what I try and tell people, though, too, about my kitchen? Even back at the farm, this is how it was. Because my arms only reach here, so it's like everything is crowded.
But it's perfect.
So, you know, but yeah. So
it.
yes, Deb is back with me cooking. We're going to really do something easy. I think it's easy.
Okay.
And you know, obviously we live in the Pacific Northwest. We're going to have some cold weather coming up.
Yes.
I mean, for us to get down to at night 28 degrees or whatever it is, and then here we're complaining in my state, in Michigan, in my home state, they're below 0 or like 10 degrees. And Minnesota and North Dakota, they're like negative 20.
I couldn't do that at all.
Well, I think it's only I mean, it's not like weeks at all, like maybe Alaska.
But still, it's cold.
Yeah, it is.
It's crazy cold.
So I thought it'd be kind of cool to do what I am calling hamburger soup, or I could call it ground steak. Or because I'm using 90-20 beef. Because you don't want all of that like grease and the fat.
True.
You just really want it hearty.
Yeah.
But this can also be less expensive than, you know, chopping up steak. And the thing is, you can make this so your own. Like I was going to put corn in here. I'm not going to put corn in here because Chris doesn't like corn. Okay. So that's okay. But if someone else wants to put corn, great, put corn. So you
can change it up.
Yeah, you can change it up.
Okay.
And I call this kind of similar to like minestrone soup, but minestrone soup, at least I do, I put beans in mine, you know, because you just, it's all vegetable and stuff. So this is really vegetable with ground beef. So it's ground beef vegetable soup. But I want bacon in mine as well, because that'll add some flavor to it. And so this is what we're doing. So we are doing hamburger vegetable soup, or ground beef vegetable soup, whatever you want to call it. I kind of like, I like names. I made lemon bars with Jacob and Isabel yesterday on Zoom, but I called them sunshine lemon bars because that's what they remind me of.
I love that.
They remind me of bringing in that brightness, that tart lemon with a little bit of sweetness and sunshine. And we're in the middle of winter.
Well, we need a little sunshine then.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. So anyway, next time though, I want you, if there is a next time, if you still want to do it with me, you bring me a recipe, or maybe we'll do your coffee cake.
Can we?
Or
I would love that.
Down.
Sorry, Felix.
Felix is joining us as well.
He loves us. He loves me. Just kidding.
In fact, you know what I'll probably do before we get started? I'm going to feed him.
Okay.
Not that that's going to prevent him from being all around us, because he, you know, smells of bacon and everything. And if I was actually cooking food for people,
sweet boy.
He wouldn't be allowed.
I know, he's such a
Felix,
love.
down. No. And so anyway, I'm going to go feed him.
All right.
Hi, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you are enjoying it. And I would really appreciate it if you liked it and subscribed to it. And don't forget to click that little bell up there, and you'll be notified of future videos that are new and coming on my YouTube channel. So thank you so much for that. And I would really appreciate it if you shared the video and let other people know, and encourage them to subscribe and like the videos as well. So anyway, thank you, and back to the video. Okay, so next time, Deb, when you come over, we're gonna make your
Coffee cakes.
coffee cake. I would really like to do that.
I would love that. Okay.
Because I like to I like to bake with someone who maybe not, because you don't do it often, do you?
I do a lot with yeast and dough, but I don't do the coffee cake often. No,
but I mean, do you do it
once a year?
No, but the yeast once a week, once a month,
maybe twice.
Okay.
Twice a month, maybe.
Okay, so you're definitely a lot more familiar with it than me.
Yeast is easy if you get the hang of it.
Well, I use the thermometer and
I don't. Gosh, no.
I want to make sure my water's warm enough.
No, I use my finger under the faucet.
I don't trust that.
Feel the heat from that. Put it in a little container. Put my yeast in there, and that's it.
Okay, people. When it comes to yeast, I use a thermometer, and I want to make sure that that is 110 degrees.
I don't.
Oh boy. Okay,
We'll
do it. Listen,
Okay.
I want it deep in here, so I'm gonna slice up the bacon.
Okay.
If you could do these in not little tiny chunks, but
Like cubes?
Yeah, like cubes.
Okay.
And I'm using like gold or Yukon potatoes because I think they hold up better
Okay.
than russet.
Okay.
And also, you don't have to necessarily peel the skin.
Awesome.
But if you want to like get this little
I
thing
never
out,
peel the skin.
Well, in a russet potato, I do because when you cook the potato, I think it shrinks. Like when you bake a potato, it shrinks and you can peel it.
Is that
better.
okay, or do you want it more cubed?
No, that's fine. But maybe sorry, but just bigger chunks.
Okay, you got it.
Because this way they
Take longer to cook.
This is more heartier.
Okay. Hearty it is, girlfriend.
Sorry, that's my preference.
We got the heartiness going on here.
And this bacon will really add a flavor to it. And this is what we're going to cook the vegetables in and the ground beef. So that way it's not just bacon in the soup, but you're incorporating all of it.
So Chris is a potatoes man, right though?
Oh my goodness, yes.
Okay, that's good to know.
I think Chris would have a baked potato at every meal. Right, babe?
Absolutely. Why wouldn't you?
We got, Deb and I have to be careful what we say because Chris is over there in the great room working. So, no, I don't have to be careful what I say. Chris is good. Oh, he gave me flowers.
Oh.
Yeah, they're on the table as you walk in here. Yeah, he gave me flowers.
Am I cutting up all these potatoes?
Yeah, here, cut up this, this.
Perfect.
And I want mushrooms.
So why
because
did
I'm not doing corn, I want mushrooms.
Why did he give you flowers?
Because. Just because.
Wow. Good job, Chris.
And it's a week before Valentine's Day, so I might get another set of flowers too.
What?
Isn't that going to be wonderful? Now, the thing I look forward to on Valentine's Day or birthdays and stuff like that is a card.
That's right.
I'm a fan of cards.
Cards are important. Words are important.
But I tell him no, because I think he thought he would get off easy by just doing a card. I said, a card is great because you took the time to pick that card out, but I want you to write something in it. Whether it be a sentence or two, not just love Chris or whatever.
He's like, man,
write something.
You're asking for a lot.
I'm making him work. But it's just, it just having that handwritten just note and knowing that, the person picked out that card, they read the words and, writing something extra special in there. I don't know. That just, to me, that's a gift.
I've noticed just in the last couple of weeks that I've gone to look for cards, I've found more messages that really feel like they're coming from my heart.
Yeah.
Like people, they're getting very creative with their cards lately, and I love that. All right, girlfriend.
And I think, a text message and all that other stuff, or e-cards, that may be the convenient way.
Do you want me to cut?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Carrots?
Yeah. We'll dice it. You know what? Let me get a bowl here.
Okay.
let's put those in here because we're gonna cook those separately, kind of.
Ooh, this
And
is
what
gonna
I'll
be
do with the
warm.
potatoes too, this may feel like a lot of prep in the beginning, but I tell you, as your soup kind of gets all the flavors together, you know, when you know, have it on the stove top for
Right.
in fact, I might an hour, 2 hours, whatever.
Do you want these on an angle or do you want them straight down?
Well, what we'll do here is I want them just like
Okay.
that too.
Okay. Copy.
And
Copy.
yes, I did skin that. I didn't exactly skin it,
It's
but
fine.
I did wash it.
I don't skin my vegetables. Isn't that crazy?
No,
well,
it's
I do
not.
onions, but I just keep it all. I wash them and that's it.
Yeah. Well, because those are nutrients that we're getting rid of, and
Yeah.
you know. So anyway, this may feel like a lot of prep, but I don't know. To me, it's worth it. And I suppose you could probably even do this in a crock pot.
Okay.
I don't utilize my crock pot as much. Tell you the truth, I think I probably would have utilized it if I worked like a 9-to-5
Yes.
job.
Yes. So if you were to use a crock pot, you'd put it all together the night before?
No, you could put it all together
In the
that
morning?
morning, and
Okay.
I just put it on low.
Okay.
Personally, I don't like, unless it's like beef, I'd probably brown my bacon and my meat.
I wouldn't put it in.
first.
Yeah. I wouldn't.
You
I
know.
would do the same thing. I am a big crock pot fan, so.
Well, what do you like cooking in a crock pot?
Oh my gosh, my latest thing was a roast.
Yeah.
So I took the roast, I let it sit to room temperature. I put garlic, olive oil on top of it, and I seared it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I sprinkled a seasoning, like
Yeah.
a dressing seasoning, powdered seasoning, over the top, a ranch type thing. And once I seared that, I put it in the crock pot, poured a jar of pepperoni,
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
and then a cube of butter.
Okay.
Let it cook all day long. And it was amazing. So kind of like comfort food like you're
Yeah.
talking about for the cold days.
Do you want a better knife?
Yeah, I'd like one. This one's a little...
A little wimpy?
Do you want the carrots in with the potatoes? In the same bowl? Bless you.
Excuse me. No.
Okay.
Here you go.
Ooh, you
Got a better
trust
one?
me with this one.
Let me get another
Oh my
bowl.
goodness, that's so much easier. Really nice.
I guess it would help if I gave Deb the right tools. So my bacon is cooking. I will scoop the bacon out, but leave the grease or whatever in there. And then we're gonna go ahead and saute our carrots, our onions, and our celery. I've got about 4 carrots here. You can add less if you want. I only have half of an onion because sometimes I think onions can be powerful. And I don't want an onion soup, but you want enough to create that flavor, build your stock up. So I've got a half an onion here, and then I think I have 2 celery stalks here. Here we used, I think, 5, maybe 6
Potatoes.
Yukon or yellow white potatoes. And then I have, I don't know how many mushrooms I had in here. Probably 5, 6 or whatever. And I'm gonna save the mushrooms. I'll do the mushrooms after I do the veggies because I don't want it to soak up all of the grease. And mushrooms absorb. They also release water, but they also absorb it all.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I'm learning.
So if you add salt in the very beginning of cooking mushrooms,
Right.
basically you're almost steaming them because it's drawing out the water of them.
Okay.
And so if you want kind of like brown mushrooms, just like just a little bit of olive oil, maybe just a little bit of butter.
Okay.
Less than a tablespoon, half a, tablespoon or whatever. And just to brown it, but other than that, just
All right.
brown them on their own.
Good to know.
Okay, I'm gonna get some paper towels and my bacon here.
Smells good. Is this for the carrots, this bowl? This
Oh,
yellow?
I guess I should put on the fan. I always forget that when I do videos because you can't really hear.
What? I can't hear you.
I know, see?
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
No, but it's too much noise. I just won't cook it on high.
This looks colorful. I mean, it's gonna have all these fun.
Well, you know what? I'm really
textures.
hoping it tastes as well as when I first made it for Chris and I, like a month ago or something.
Yes.
I don't know. I just really liked it, and I'm like, why do I like this so much? Why? What is so different about this? And I don't know if it's because it's the ground beef and the seasonings you use.
It's hearty.
I like herbs.
Yeah.
And
well, and you're good with your herbs. I'm learning to do that. I mean, the last time we cooked, the 2 different herbs you used were like, oh my gosh, I've never cooked with those before.
well, I think the one thing I gotta do is really, I should have paid attention to my potted herbs out there. But have some in the kitchen because I really like fresh herbs. But
Pull from.
buying them from the grocery store, they're expensive.
And they don't last as long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, oh, this is what I wanted to do on another video. Okay, silly me. You know how you just get into habits of cooking and the way you do things? When you buy basil, where are you
Yes.
buying basil in the grocery store? Just in the vegetable department.
Exactly. Yeah.
Usually they're in the cold part, you know, if you get it in the package, but the bigger
Right.
packages are around the avocado, the tomatoes, the
Right.
garlic, or whatever. Well, of course, it's in the package. I stick that in the refrigerator. Well, basil doesn't like cold.
Well, you're
So,
right.
This basil that I have over here, in fact, we're going to probably add some of it in the soup. I bought this like a week ago.
And it's not gone in the fridge.
No.
And it's fresh.
It's still like good.
Oh my gosh.
So it's like, duh, Amy.
I did
So
not
when
know
you-
that.
I didn't either. But I've been cooking you've been cooking for so long too.
And I
I
put
mean,
my
we're just-
basil in the fridge.
Yeah, we're just home cooks.
Oh my gosh.
But I'm thinking that was such a hot tip. I don't know who I was
The
watching.
thing is, you didn't even find it in the cold section. That's
Yeah.
should have been, for me, a clue not to put it in the fridge.
So I don't put my basil
I love
in
it.
there.
I
and
love
then
that.
when you buy the planted ones or anything, just put them in a cup of water.
Yes.
So anyway.
Did you want this last carrot cut up?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Gotcha,
yes,
gotcha.
we're going to do that. Okay, I've got my grease still on. Yes, still heated. So I am going to go ahead and add the carrots.
Uh-oh. Carrot down.
Or
We'll just not use
wash
that
it.
one. Okay. Usually a dog will eat that, but I don't think
No, it's
he's
too.
into carrots.
Yeah, we'll do the carrots
Okay.
first a little bit, and then I'll add that because carrots are, you know, obviously tougher, and I think it'll take a
Yeah.
little longer.
Okay.
Just to Now sometimes with a crock pot, you just add the carrots. I like sautéing them because you can bring out some of their flavor when you do that instead
Yes,
of
I do.
still having the rawness.
Yep.
You know of them.
I love that. So you're just using your bacon grease.
Yeah, I'm just using my
Sauté-
baking
Okay.
grease. I'm just going to add in a little bit of pepper. Oh, do you want to cut up some garlic? I'll get
Yes.
some garlic.
Yes.
I forgot about the garlic. And I'll just add just a little bit of salt because
Okay.
the bacon grease, you know,
Salt
bacon
enough.
has
Perfect.
salt in it. But I'll do
You know,
that.
it already smells good.
I know, doesn't it?
It just feels
So we're just
real.
gonna saute that for a little bit, and I'm gonna go get garlic because who doesn't love garlic?
Deb and I are going to be cooking at the stove here. I know you really can't see us, but
I just want to show you. This is how I like my mushrooms, and this is what happens when you do not add salt to it. But see how
nice.
brown, and they're kind of brown, so much more of the flavor of the
That looks
mushrooms
good.
that come out. So that's how I like my mushrooms.
do you need garlic yet?
And, oh yeah, I was going to add a little garlic, wasn't I? I'll add just a little bit of garlic in here because I forgot to add it to the vegetables, but that's okay. So the mushrooms are pretty much done, and you definitely don't want to burn garlic. So I'll be ready to get these out. And I think this is on high, yeah. I'm just going to set that in a little bit. Where's my bowl? Here's one. And it's amazing how quickly the mushrooms cook down. So now I'm going to add in my beef. Because I've got 90-10 beef, I do want to add a little bit of oil to it. And you want to make sure you don't cook it too long because it's 90-10 beef. Doesn't have a lot of fat. And it will continue to cook in the soup. Now usually this will call for a pound, but I'm going to add 2. Thank you, Deb. And Deb is over there sauteing. In fact, did we add some salt in there? Can you add a little bit of salt because my hands were touching the meat? Yeah.
Good enough?
Just a little more. Yeah. The potatoes absorb salt, but they do need a lot. All right, we're cooking away, people. I got 1 package of beef. It's about a pound. I'm going to add another one. That's about 2 pounds. Let me make sure. I think it is. I'll verify later. Okay, we're just going to get a spoon and add a little bit of salt. So you definitely want to flavor your meat. All right, we'll be back. We're gonna cook up the meat and finish up the potatoes, and then we're gonna kind of combine all this together.
Here, get down lower so they can
and
see
make
you.
it friends. Okay, so my meat is done. I put in the garlic, kind of give the meat that little extra flavor. I'm gonna add some Worcestershire sauce a little bit here. I don't know, maybe a tablespoon or something. And then I'm going to go ahead and add in my bacon. Make sure all of these get stirred in. I'm going to add in my mushrooms, my carrots, onions, and celery. And of course, why I added 2 pounds of beef, I'm not sure, because it's only Chris and I, so I'm going to convince Deb, you helped me, so guess what? You're going to take some of this home.
I'm glad you did.
But we're gonna have a lot of soup. I just want to make sure. I'm gonna get a different spoon. Just want to make sure that this is. Yeah, I only needed 1 thing of meat.
Yeah, but I'm a meat person, so
I know.
it's
So is Chris.
we'll both enjoy.
What I'm worried about is I hope I have a big enough pot. Okay, can you?
Potatoes?
Yeah, put the potatoes in. Now this is a step you necessarily don't need, but I like, doing this because I think it gives this whole soup that extra flavor by just sauteing your potatoes a little bit. They don't have to be all the way done, but just a little bit.
Oh, it looks so good.
Oh, I definitely made a lot.
It's gonna be perfect.
I might have to tell you to adjust some of the proportions. I'm gonna add in a can of fire roasted tomatoes. Again, it's all about the flavor, and I think these have a little bit more. Then I'm gonna add in at least 1 box of beef broth. I get low sodium. And 1 box is about 4 cups. I think so. I think it's about 4 cups. And depending on how much, thank you, Deb. Depending on how much you make,
Oh, that looks so good.
will depend on if you need another box. And frankly, I've got a whole lot of food in here. I think I might need just a little bit, and it's gonna go all the way up to the top.
Do you want me to grab the other one?
Can you grab me the seasonings? Yeah, I'll grab some of the seasonings. And I think we put in like, I think I put in, some of the cloves were small, so I maybe put in like 6 cloves of garlic because I love garlic.
Yes.
So I'm going to do a little bit of oregano because I don't have fresh oregano. And it looks like this is a new jar, so it's going to be fresh all around. So I'm using dried oregano. Okay. There we go. And there are some herbs and spices that you really use a lot, but it is a good thing to check your pantry and your herb rack of those that have expired or close to expire. Because they definitely...
I don't pay attention to that. I should.
Well, sometimes I forget too.
Yeah.
Because I think they lose their flavor. So because I have so much in here, I'm doing probably at least a tablespoon of oregano. Or at least one big heaping teaspoon. I'm going to put a bay leaf in there because this is going to be sitting for a while.
And then do you fish that out before
Yes.
you serve? Okay.
If I can find it. And I think because I'm using, I guess, good, can you hand me the other beef
You
broth?
got it.
And since I'm, what I consider good beef, because it's 90-10, you know, so you're getting it, you know, you're basically grinding up a steak. I'm going to add a little bit of rosemary to it too.
You
I
know,
can never.
the lids have a mind of their own. Oh my gosh, that looks so good.
And I would recommend, you know, having this cook on simmer at least an hour. I would say almost 2. Now that you've got all your flavors and all of this, and I definitely hope it's gonna taste as good as
That looks
it did when I made it for Chris and I.
amazing.
And you know what I do to this too? I usually, okay, what's my scoop? What's my scoop of soup gonna look like? Does it have all the extra vegetables I want in it? And we're gonna add green beans to this, but because they're frozen, I'm only gonna add it maybe 20 minutes before I serve. So again, the green beans don't become all mushy.
Mushy.
Can you use canned? Yeah, I guess so, but
They're
I
already
think
mushy.
I think fresh, or fresh. I think frozen are just parboiled or blanched fresh, you know, green beans. So anyway,
Awesome.
and what I'm gonna do now is just, you know, initially just take a. Oh yeah,
Good.
I think that's pretty good. Here, you taste. I mean, it's still got to, you know, cook the flavors in, but I think it's good. I wouldn't add any more salt.
Oh my gosh. That's
Isn't that
perfect.
good?
That's really good.
And me personally, I think it helps when you,
Wow.
and I think most people do, especially the carrots, onions, and celery, but I love it that the potatoes were kind of cooked separately.
Yes.
It gives kind of that brown flavor instead of just boiled potatoes.
This is what I call comfort food
Oh,
on
yeah.
a cold day.
This would go great with a, if you wanted a nice salad, or definitely try and get a good crusty bread.
Yeah.
And that's why I think 90-10 ground beef is good, because that has a different flavor than your 80-20 or something like that. So anyway, where's my lid? Is my
I
lid
got
over
your
there?
lid right here, girlfriend.
We're just gonna start this up again because I thought it was going. I'm gonna bring this up to like a really low boil and then definitely have it simmer for a while. Phew, we've got soup going on. So, you know, I mean, it's probably just like maybe a half hour, 45-minute prep. You know, I mean, you could have a saute pan going, which we did in order for time to do the potatoes, but it's a one pot.
Right.
You know, saute your onions and carrots and celery in it. And I love that I use bacon, because that bacon flavor is now incorporated with a lot of different elements.
Yes.
And so it's there. You see it? It's right over there. It's simmering. I can't wait to have some.
I can't wait.
Okay, good. So Deb and I are in Amy Roloff's Little Kitchen. And guess what? You can find this recipe and this video over at amyrollofftslittlekitchen.com, or go to my YouTube channel, Amy Roloff's Little Kitchen. I'd love it if you guys subscribe to that as well. And that's really where I'm housing all the recipes and videos. So not only this, but all of the others. And I would so appreciate it if you followed me on social media as well. So anyway, I hope you make the soup. It's a good comfort. Yeah, it's a good comfort soup. And I would make this anytime.
Yeah.
Especially even on a cold spring day. A summer thunderstorm, which we don't get here,
Yes.
but I imagine myself in Michigan on a summer thunderstorm. But anyway,
Oh, it's a soupy fun.
ground beef vegetable soup. AmyRoloffsLittleKitchen.com. So thanks, Deb.
You're
Thanks,
welcome.
friend.
Oh, I love this. Yay!
Okay, Deb is helping me do the dishes over there because we're going to be making a really fun dessert that we've never done before. But one thing I forgot that I wanted to put in with the soup is probably about 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. That again will build up that flavor and create a little bit of thickness, but that rich, beefy tomato broth to it as well. So I got some leftover tomato paste from the other night. Pretty much going to use all of this. So I'm using really 2 big heaping tablespoons. And again, I think that'll add a lot of broth. So yes, sometimes I forget what I'm doing, or I'm trying to think of all the recipe or all the ingredients by heart. And so I'm just gonna kind of blend that in a little bit. And that'll enhance the fire roasted tomatoes too.
I love the colors.
Yeah, because when I was looking at the soup, I'm like, wait a minute, I remember it differently. So, tomato paste, it does wonders. And because I use tomato paste often in some of my stuff, I know they've got the tube tomato paste, but I just go ahead and buy that little can. There we go. Used it all. Thanks, Deb.
Good job.
There we go. Thank you. So we're back to having this cook a little bit. And by the time we're ready to eat it, I think it'll be all set to go. Hey, well, hi Deb.
Hi.
We're not really back. She hasn't left, but we're on to the next recipe because I have not made chocolate lava cake, I don't think ever. Did you?
Never.
And if I did, it must not turned out well because I have not made it since.
What made you want to do it this time?
You know, I was watching like the Food Network and some other people, and you know, it's Valentine's Day coming up, and though I'm making something that Chris isn't even gonna want because he doesn't like chocolate in this way.
Really?
He'll eat like a chocolate brownie or dark chocolate candy, but for some reason, something about the cake thing. So it might be a texture thing. So guess what? Am I going to be eating 4 chocolate lava? No, you are taking one.
I'll take one.
So as I mentioned in a ground beef vegetable soup, I went online and looked at a lot of different recipes just to see, is this something that you really got to be like, these are the main things and this is the quantity. And it was slightly all over the place. Some of them use more flour, less eggs, more eggs, less flour, less sugar, more sugar.
Okay.
Anywhere from 2 ounces of chocolate, and that's probably just for a couple of people, to 6 to 8 ounces of chocolate. So I'm like, okay, I'm taking a little bit from all those recipes.
Go in the middle.
And we're gonna see how this turns out. So in here, what I'd like you to do, and here's another bowl to put the egg whites in.
Okay.
But I need 3 whole eggs and 3 egg yolks.
Okay.
Okay.
3 whole eggs. So I'm putting 3 whole eggs in
3
here.
whole eggs in here. Then you're gonna crack an egg like this. You know
And
how to
do
do
my
this.
egg white.
Yeah.
But where am I going to put the yolk?
What do you mean? Where are you gonna put the yolk?
Well, you're just doing the egg whites.
No, I need the yolk.
Oh, you need the yolk here.
Yeah. See?
That's not, you're not yoking with me, are you?
And in the meantime, I am going to chop up this chocolate. I've got 4 ounces of bittersweet chocolate. Just use a good brand, whatever brand you prefer. Tell you the truth, it depends on what grocery store you're at, what kind of brand they have. I have found that some of these grocery stores are changing. And I'm
No,
like,
they haven't.
what?
Varieties. They're not giving you all the varieties.
They're not.
I know.
They're all going with their store brand, which,
It's making it hard for me.
yeah.
Because certain things I've always loved, and it's...
Well, I also know some of the store brands is the same as the name brand ones, but still, I'm like, what?
All right, so I have 3 yolks,
Yep. 3 yolks, okay.
3 whites, We've got 3 eggs left. So those.
Wait a minute, this is only 2 yolks. You need 3.
Oh, I did
Wait a
3.
minute.
One's cracked. That's why it looks like.
Okay, yes, and then 3 regular yolks. Yes, correct. Oh my gosh, you scared me.
3 regular yolks or.
3 regular, 3 yolks, 3 eggs.
Okay.
So you need the
The
complete egg.
whole egg goes in there.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, I'm learning. I'm listening. I
Well,
got this.
I might not explained it well.
No, you did.
So I'm going to use 4 ounces of bittersweet, and then I'm going to use 2 ounces of semi-sweet chocolate. And I'm going to melt the chocolate in a double boiler.
Now, are these eggs room temperature?
Yes, they're room temperature. And the reason you want them room temperature, because anything else you mix with them impacts that.
Okay.
So if you got warm butter, but you got a cold egg, then your butter becomes chunky.
Good to know.
Because the cold egg now made it, what is it? Kind of helped it made it solid. I know there's a word for it, but
And
it
I know I do
didn't,
that
it didn't
with
come to my mind.
my coffee cakes too. Okay, so now that I've got that done, do you need me to do anything?
Well, the other thing for this recipe too is that we're melting chocolate.
Okay.
So this is going to be a little warm and hot.
All right.
So we're going to slowly add the chocolate. So what you're doing is tempering
Perfect.
the eggs before you dump the whole thing in there. Whoops.
I got it. Pick that up.
See, sometimes the cutting board is so close to the edge because my arms aren't long enough to reach for it. So we'll just add a little piece of semi-sweet, the same size of the one that fell to the ground. I know my soup is taken up. Deb and I made soup a little bit earlier today, so it's sitting over there. It's taking a little bit longer, and it kind of makes me happy that Chris is kind of anxious to eat and have it. So I'm just going to add this here. Well, most of the time.
No,
I made this spice bun cake, and I'm like, I got to figure it out. What did I do wrong? It was a little dry for me.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I'm thinking I might have cooked it too long. So I'm gonna make it again.
Nice.
Okay, just 2 ounces of this. I'm gonna get this in my double boiler. Be patient with the double boiler when you're melting chocolate. Don't rush it, because you want the chocolate to really be that smooth, consistency and not grainy from the cocoa solids.
Now, is it if you overcook it, it goes grainy? Possibly?
It may not go grainy, but then it loses its structure and everything. And then it kind of dries out because you've evaporated it.
Never used a double boiler, so.
Well, I like this better than a microwave, to tell you the truth. I have more control over a double boiler.
Yeah.
Okay, double boiler time. I'm gonna melt the butter and the chocolate all at the same time. And I've sliced up how many tablespoons? I think half a cup, 8 ounces. So 8 tablespoons. We're gonna get that in here. And you just want the water to be simmering,
Okay.
not rapid boiling.
And you created your own double boiler.
Yeah, I created my own double boiler because all you really need is a pot of water and something sitting on top.
Okay.
Because you can go out and get a double
I
boiler.
don't have one, so yeah.
Yeah, I don't have one either, and I'm not sure if I'd use it a lot. I don't need more equipment
Yeah.
because I don't know where people keep all their equipment.
Well, I don't need to add more pots and pans, so that's a
well,
great
everyone's
idea.
got an instant pot, a fryer,
No.
a toaster oven,
Too many
food
things.
processor,
So it's
blender.
good to know that you can create your own double
Yeah.
boiler there.
Okay, what I'd like you to do
All right.
here is whip this up a little
You
bit.
got it. On low.
Yeah, and low. Yeah, just here, just press this button. No, wait. How do I do this again? Oh yeah. It's a new hand mixer, people. Yeah, I would just say, just so they're blended. Like break up the egg yolks, yep. So while she's doing that, I'm waiting for the double boiler, and then we're gonna add in the sugar. And I've got 1.5 cups of powdered sugar. Where's my spoon?
Where's your spoon?
I don't know.
I probably washed it and put it away.
Yes, you probably did.
Is that good?
Okay, Chris has been waiting for this.
I've been waiting so long.
But I'm really hoping that everything is cooked long enough. You know, is that good enough for you, babe?
Yes,
Or?
that's plenty.
There you go.
All right. Whoops.
Oh, no.
Hey,
I think Felix just got
Felix
the
is
soup.
going to enjoy that one.
No, we don't need that.
Okay.
Okay, Deb, sorry, but we're last on the soup because
Chris already got his.
Chris already got his bowl. He was hungry. Well, then again, that makes me happy.
Yes.
You know, that he likes most of the food, if not all of the food that I make. And, you know, and Chris is not shy about giving me critiquing or giving me ideas or something I change, which I really appreciate that. Because, you know, I wing it so much, but when I'm doing a recipe, it's like, okay, is this really how much I add?
Yeah.
You know, certain things, or is it a teaspoon of salt? Is it a half a teaspoon? Because I'm just so used to, this is it. The salt, yep, that's it.
Well,
so
and some people's taste buds are different too, so it helps when you know.
I want to know what you think.
Okay.
So the soup is done. We're ready to eat, and I cannot wait.
I can't wait.
Okay, there you go, Dad. Can you hand me my bowl?
Yes. There you go.
And I think what I would do with the soup to garnish it is maybe, cut up or chiffonade some basil.
Chiffonade, yes.
I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right. But cut up some basil and sprinkle a little bit of that on. So yeah, look at the steam. Can you guys see the steam?
Are we ready for
If
this?
I do this or do that, I don't know. It's hot.
Let's see.
So
Okay.
definitely hot. This is what I call good comfort food.
So good. Oh, I love it. I can hear Chris over there scraping his bowl clean.
Yeah, I think the only thing I would do to this is probably add just a hint more salt, but a little more herb seasonings to this. And to give it a little bit more richness, I would probably, Chris gave me the suggestion of adding a little more tomato paste, and I agree. With the quantity that I made here, I would probably add the whole can, but I just went ahead and used half a can that I had in the fridge. But yeah, I would, but I love the bacon. I think the bacon, it was applewood smoked bacon.
Oh.
And I think I can just taste a little hint of some
Just
of
enough
that
bacon in there.
flavor in it.
So good. Oh,
Anyway,
love it.
I think it's a hit.
Oh, yay.
So again, for this soup, ground beef hamburger soup. Oh no, I'm just gonna call it ground beef vegetable soup. Ground beef vegetable soup. You can find it at amyroloffslittlekitchen.com or on my YouTube channel at Amy Roloff Little Kitchen. And so I appreciate it if you guys go there, subscribe, or let me know what you think. But I am so appreciative, not only for Deb joining me in my little kitchen, but you guys as well. So thank you, and have a great day.